And good morning. Welcome back to Talk About Politics Morning Talk. I am SirFelixTheCat. Today is, Wednesday, January 28th of, the great, wonderful year. Start off so fantastic, 2026. We have quite a few stories today. Did a lot of searching for stuff once I got off work yesterday and found everything under the sun. So, let's get right into this. If you are listening to this on the audio version, because this is now on YouTube Music as its own little show, podcast thing, I'll just read the articles, say where they're from, and all that fun stuff, so you can at least stay tuned in. Anyway, so first one from CNN. Close helicopter routes and Army crews' perception of the wrong aircraft determine why a regional jet and helicopter collided. If you remember back at the beginning of Trump's administration, January 29th, there was that big collision between the military helicopter and a public airplane. And sadly, that did result in the death of 76 people. They're finally getting around to looking into this. It only took, a little over, or just about a year. They're finally getting to it. And people have been saying, we should be angry because for years, no one listened. This was preventable. This was 100% preventable. And that's from the NTSB chair, Jennifer Homendy. Apologies for mispronunciations there. But they just put out a 500-page report. And this has been something that's been talked about for years. You have flight paths that just directly cross over each other it's also kind of aggravated by the fact that when Trump came into office, they were like, let's just start funding everything. And you had the FAA just completely understaffed, working extreme hours, trying to deal with everything possible across the whole country with very small numbers. It wasn't possible. And finally it happened. That was a very sad accident. Hopefully this now gets rectified so people can feel safe flying out of DC. That would be nice. I would appreciate that. Hopefully avoid more just horrific accidents like this. Preventable accidents. What do we have here? From another NTSB board member, Michael Graham. This has been an incredibly difficult year for our agency and our investigators, first responders to this accident, and the aviation community as a whole, as we mourn the loss of 67 lives nearly 1 year ago from an accident and a tragedy that never, ever should have happened. That is the basic statement you get from everybody involved in this investigation. It shouldn't have happened. I think everybody agrees. It never should have happened. That was absolutely ridiculous. Very sad. Then from New York Times, which I'm surprised it's letting me pull this up. Representative Ilhan Omar was attacked at a town hall in Minneapolis. Luckily, she wasn't harmed. Nothing bad happened except for she got sprayed. This nut job in the audience ran up with a syringe filled with some orange liquid and was going to stab her with it and inject her with it. Luckily, he got stopped before getting close enough to do so, ended up just squirting some of the liquid on her, which apparently smells foul, which is disturbing as to what the hell that could be. Stuff like this needs to stop. Absolutely needs to stop. I mean, I'm all for jailing these corrupt officials, but trying to just blatantly murder them like that, we're no better than ICE then. You're just acting like ICE. ICE is out there going after people and just killing them, which we're going to have a story about that where Border Patrol did that yesterday. They shot at someone. Wonderful times. But luckily she's okay. She thanked her supporters for, all the kind words and everything and for their support. But this dude, luckily he's in jail now where he belongs. It's just another blatant Nazi attack. It's vilely disgusting. Vilely disgusting. Now we're going to get into more human waste. Story from Politico. Henry Kuehler, whatever his name is, senator, warns against shutdown, handing DHS a blank check. he thinks what Democrats should do is, go ahead and fund ICE right now. It's not like they're going out and killing people just on the street, broad daylight, killing innocent people because they're untrained terrorist thugs. Let's go ahead and fund them. And then later on down the road, we can work on some checks and balances for them. Possibly the dumbest idea I've heard. Like, just absolutely dumb idea. Do not fund them. Do not give them money. It's already to the point they've hired so many people and given out that $50,000 like sign-on bonus. They're not paying their bills for some of their buildings. They're getting kicked out. They're getting evicted. Do not fund them. Do not fund them. The people who are these agents that are out there, not a single one of them deserves a penny. They're not doing a job. They're just terrorists. They are domestic terrorists. And before I say more, let's also not forget the Epstein list still isn't out. That's your daily reminder. Another complete and utter scumbag. This one is Business Insider. Texas governor orders H-1B hiring freeze at state universities and agencies. And they probably put out this article a moment too soon. This is also at hospitals. Like cancer-related hospitals, where we're bringing in specialists from overseas, to help save lives. Let's not do that. Maybe we should get some ICE agents to do it because, they're geniuses. Abbott is complete and utter scumbag. He's one of the worst people in a governing position in this country, like 100%. Everything he's done is just a disaster. Not sure why people in Texas keep supporting him, but no, he never should have had a single term. I mean, he basically ran on just a bunch of nonsense lies, and yeah, he did the Republican thing. He ran on some nonsense lies, helped no one, ruined people's lives, and yet he's still the governor. This guy is someone who should be removed from office. He should have been removed from office a couple days into him taking office. It's absolutely disgusting. But what's funny about this is, a while back, we had this one other giant douchebag. His name is Elon Musk. Well, he moved out of California and moved to Texas because, it's so much better in Texas. Plus, he would have left anyways now that they're trying to push that millionaire tax, which is a one-time 5% payment. One time, he would have flipped out about that. I have to give money to people? He's one of those idiots. But Tesla is now out of Texas, like completely out of Texas. So one of the biggest users of the H-1B visa program is Tesla. So that's going to start a little bit of a argument, I'm sure. That can't be well, because Musk has been vocal about, hey, we need to keep this going. We need to keep bringing in brilliant minds. I agree. We need to end racism and keep allowing just the betterment of humanity, which means you might have to get someone from overseas who is an expert in said field. That's a good thing. It's not bad. Plus, that person who came in from overseas with all that extra wisdom, they'll share it. So now more people here who live here or from here can also gain some of that insight and that experience. It's a good thing for everyone. It is so ridiculous. So ridiculous. They want to keep doing this. But yeah, this freeze is set to last through May 2027. It includes exemptions for instance, which written permission for the Texas Workforce Commission is given. But yeah, where is it? As of 2025, more than 40,000 beneficiaries were approved to work. And for more than, 6,100 employers. So they're upset about 40,000 people. Their racism and insecurity has them upset about 40,000 people. And yes, Abbott, big supporter of ICE, big supporter of everything they're doing. He's one who, when these whole arguments about ICE started, he wanted to send his National Guard to other states to basically invade. Because if you're not going to be racist, why are you in this country? That's the mindset of this douche. It's vile. But yeah, Texas is the second most H-1B1 visa holders. First place, California, which, California, big tech industries, makes sense. But yeah, that is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And then here was back in September, Trump did move to impose a $100,000 fee for new applicants because, nobody should be making money unless he's making money, which is all that came down to. Just like his new Trump Gold Card. You could become a citizen right away for just millions of dollars. Just more scams. More grifts from the Grift King. And on to the story I mentioned earlier from NBC News. One person in critical condition after being shot in incident involving Border Patrol in Arizona. I tried looking for updates on this. I did pull it up last night. Unfortunately, I do not have any information on who this person is or the full situation. But yeah, a person was injured in a shooting Tuesday involving U.S. Border Patrol in Arizona about 10 miles north of the U.S.-Mexico border. This person has not been identified, was shot in southern Pima County near milepost 15 of West Arivica Road. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Arivica Road, around 7:30 a.m. The Santa Rita Fire District said in a statement, and they were transported to critical condition. They were transported to the hospital. There we go. The Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond. The Pima County Sheriff's Office, or Sheriff's Department, said the FBI asked it to assist in an investigation into the shooting involving the Border Patrol agent. So this is one of the few times we've seen any group of the DHS actually, reach out, or I should say the FBI reach out to someone who's not part of the DHS to do an investigation like this. Renee Good. Nope. Minnesota officials were told, stay out of it. We're taking it. FBI is taking full control over this. I guess they're assuming it's Arizona. Arizona, when I lived there, it was pretty bad. If you weren't completely white, you were subject to random pullovers, which was vilely disgusting and just horribly racist because they're trying to do this isn't even just Border Patrol. This would be just cops just pulling you over because, racial profiling. It's okay. Which again is what ICE does, just pure racial profiling. It's only illegal, but they're doing it. They're getting away with it. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I can't wait to hear more of this. Once I do find out more, hopefully something comes out today on it. I'll definitely cover it tomorrow. But yeah, that's something that we need to get addressed. Federal immigration officers have shot 12 people since September. That was just a few months ago. They've shot 12 people. And it's usually them shooting, the other person being unarmed, because that's how it goes. All right. And then from NBC News, we have some kind of uplifting news, I guess, in a way. Trump administration releases Minnesota detainee after judge threatens to hold acting ICE director in contempt. So, judges recently have been the best thing for us. The judge had ordered acting ICE director Todd Lyons to appear in court Friday and explain why ICE was violating a court order related to a detainee's case. And there's a few cases. I should have put all these stories together. Let me see if I have those other ones. Yeah, let's pull all these up. Okay. So, yeah, they are having Lyons come in to do this whole court hearing and everything to explain all this stuff. But touch on the topic of the detainees and judges kind of helping people with ICE violating things. Another one from NBC was federal judge dismisses Justice Department lawsuit seeking Oregon's voter rolls. Good. Because again, most of this has nothing to do with actual immigration. Something to keep in mind with this. It is not about immigration. ICE is not out there to enforce immigration. Pam Bondi gave up the game when she sent that letter to Tim Walz saying like, hey, we'll get everybody. Again, this is a lady who has no control over ICE, but we'll get ICE out of the city if you just give us your voter rolls. They just want to rig an election. That is all it is. But a judge issues temporary order barring removal of 5-year-old and father detained in Minnesota. They also detained a 2-year-old girl. Because why? Well, they're not white, so obviously they're here illegally. Even though they are asylum seekers, they are here legally. Because this administration and this Gestapo Nazi terrorist group does not care about the law. This administration does not care at all about the law. That's been obvious since before he took office. It's been obvious since he tried to overthrow the government his last term in office. I just don't get why people decide, like, let's bring him back. He's a good choice. But yeah, that is vilely disgusting that they're going after kids. And yes, they are still standing outside of schools across the country. They wait outside of schools, elementary schools. To one, kid's brown, let's follow him. They've been doing that this whole time. I mean, when this whole administration started their whole like terrorist group kickoff, it happened up the street from me. Luckily, the school was like, nah, brah, get out of here. And told them to get off the property because they have no right to be in the school. I should not be near the school. I mean, if you read the description for this video, I actually even put in there, it kind of seems like maybe ICE as a whole is also part of the Epstein Files, the way they're targeting kids. They want these little kids. They want to put them in cells. Probably not to do, I mean, I can't say they're probably not going to do things to them because, you know, they're degenerate, so they're probably going to try to violate them in some way. But they're also going to leave them there to die. Like they leave a lot of the people they get in custody. Leave them there to die. Vile, vile people. Absolutely vile. But yeah, we absolutely need to make sure these judges, these federal judges, do stand up for the people. Support them. Like, let your voice be known vocally that, hey, we need to make sure the DOJ does not get any voter roll, and they're only targeting blue states. Keep that in mind. They know we have red states, even though, oh God, we have another issue. I don't even think I brought it up. We actually had a judge in a red state in Virginia shoot down Democrats who are trying to say, they were trying to redistrict, which I'm not for gerrymandering. I hate gerrymandering in any form. Even when Newsom did it in California, it was funny for a second. Like the idea was funny, but it's disgusting because that's how Republicans get any office. If they did not gerrymander, we would not have a single Republican in office. The way they gerrymandered Texas to hell is only so every blue vote is outnumbered. They break up the city into all these big red districts. That way you can't get too many blue votes because those blue votes way outnumber red across the country. Because people want people to be taken care of. We don't want to be taken advantage of. We don't want to get screwed out and having to pay more money for goods like we are right now. Republicans put that in place. Republicans only give tax breaks to the rich. They might try to say, oh yeah, we're giving tax breaks. But then their supporters don't ever hear, but it's not for you. It's only for the wealthy. And yeah, we have wealthy people who actually vote against that because they also understand that's not cool. Our taxes should pay to better everyone in the country. Because if you better everyone in the country is better. It's just absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. Yeah, we need luckily California has been saved. Right now, Oregon's been saved. We still have to wait for them to come after. I don't know if they'll come after Pennsylvania, since Pennsylvania swung for Trump this last election somehow. I mean, the Election Truth Alliance has their own opinions on that, which I've been following their stuff because it's very, very interesting. But yeah, all these blue states are going to be targeted. Minnesota's been targeted by just basically a threat by, hey, we're going to keep killing your citizens if you don't give us your voter rolls. We're going to keep the terrorist group there. And good morning, Carl. And yeah, we gotta make sure that the DOJ never gets any voter rolls. They do not need voter rolls. They do not need voter data. They're not trying to check it to make sure it's correct and there was no fishy things going on. You're talking about corrupt individuals asking for information they should not have. We had to bar them from going to the election or to getting access to the voting machines when Trump lost his last election because they wanted to try to cheat somehow. They wanted information to cheat. We have the same this is people from the same administration who are saying we might just cancel this upcoming election. Which also rings a bell back to what Trump said when he was campaigning this last term. You know, if you vote now, vote for me now, you'll never have to vote again. He's not smart enough to be like, you know, I meant that just as for me again. No, he wants to cancel elections. He told you right away, hey, I'm a dictator. I'm going to fuck everyone. So vote for me. And people fell for it. People went with it. Like, yep, he's our man. He's our man. God, I hate them. Anyways, this is more uplifting from CNN. We have a story called Hill Democrats, and even some Republicans, which are talking about House Democrats and Republicans, are basically giving a choice to Trump. You fire Kristi Noem, or we'll just impeach her. And with the Republicans they have on their side, they win. The impeachment goes through. You have people in the Senate who have been saying the same thing. It's a wrap for her. She's lied about things. She lied about Alex Preddy, like just blatantly. But it was, and let's get to the other story about that. And it wasn't even her that just lied. This is supposed to be a big story from Axios. They called it Scoop. Don't know why they had to call it that. Scoop. Blame game erupts over Trump's team. False claim Alex Preddy sought massacre. And the person behind it, yeah, was Stephen Miller. The evil genius behind everything going on. Because again, Trump's not smart. He's a complete moron. Pam Bondi is not smart. She's a complete moron. Kristi Noem, also complete moron. Stephen Miller? No, he's smart. He's smart and very, very evil. I mean, he slipped up, like when he said something he wasn't supposed to on TV and just froze. Acted like his camera just broke or something. But, yeah, he's the whole reason that Kristi Noem started spreading the word on TV that, you know, Alex Preddy was a terrorist. Which, you know, all factual evidence shows, no, that wasn't the case. He was a good, caring man. He worked for the VA hospital in Minnesota. He cared about his patients. His patients knew they were cared for by him. And it's disgusting. His last words were literally asking a lady who was just assaulted by an ICE officer, "Are you okay?" And then he gets executed by those same ICE officers. Yep, he's the terrorist, right? Right? Definitely not ICE. So yeah, when it comes down to it, a true terrorist is Stephen Miller, along with everybody else in this administration. If you support it, you are part of the terrorist group. Even if you're not committing the action, you're directing them to commit the action. Stephen Miller, again, is the same person who came out on, I think it was on Fox News. I don't think it was CNN. It should have been Fox News. telling the ICE agents, yeah, basically, go ahead and shoot anyone. You have complete immunity. Just kill them all. Things that should never, ever be said. The fact that he wasn't just... If Trump was a man, like actually had a pair of balls and wasn't just a little old weakling pushover who had to avoid the draft with bone spurs, a real man would have fired him right then. Right then and there, kicked him out. But then again, Trump isn't really president. Stephen Miller's president. This is his term. It's... God, I hate it all. I hate it all. I really hope that... I mean, we know Trump won't do anything. I mean, Stephen Miller might talk him into it and just replace him with another person, but that person's going to be just as bad, if not just be Stephen Miller himself. But yeah, I really want to see the impeachment go through. I want to see it happen. I wouldn't even give Trump the option. I would just be like, no, we're doing it now. We're impeaching her now. Like, we've all had enough. She's advocating for U.S. citizens being murdered for, supporting the Constitution. And then, call him a terrorist because of it. Say that Renee Good was also a bad person when all she did was get conflicting orders and try to drive away. Did not try to hit an officer. Definitely did not even touch him with her car before that officer decided, like, I'm just going to murder her. God, these people are so enraging. And then, let's also ruin the Winter Olympics. This one's from the BBC. U.S. sends ICE agents to Winter Olympics, prompting Italian anger. It should anger everyone. Why even have the Winter Olympics then? Why have any event that brings in other countries here if you're basically saying like, oh yeah, we're just going to go there, and if anybody comes to actually see them from other countries, we're just going to arrest them. We're going to detain them, put them in these cells, these horrible conditions where they're probably going to die. Or, if they don't speak our language and they try to resist us, we'll just shoot them. Which is what we'll probably see. We're going to send some untrained goons, a terrorist cell, to target people who don't belong here. At least in their mind, don't belong here. Everyone belongs here. That's what this country was founded on. That's literally the plaque at the Statue of Liberty. That this is a place for everyone to come to. Everyone is welcome here. That's why we called it the American dream. It wasn't because you were born in America, you get the American dream. It's because if you come here, meaning you're not from here, if you come here, you can have the American dream, which, thanks to Reagan, that's all a complete and utter lie. You can't have a great American dream. He ruined every chance of that. Lovely. But yeah, the Winter Olympics start in Italy. So yeah, keep that in mind. These aren't even here. We're going to send our armed goons. Basically, what this turns into is a military force to another country. Why? How is that, immigration customs enforcement if it's not here? You can't force our immigration policies on other countries by going to those countries and invading. There's no other way to see this. This is us invading them. Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani, in a bid to cool tensions, told reporters it's not like the Nazi SS are coming. No, it is. You're wrong, sir. It 100% is. We call them the Gestapo for a reason. They are Nazis. They are 100% Nazis. But yeah, it's... I don't even know what to say about this one. This is just absurd. We are invading Italy. We are sending out our most dangerous people to invade Italy. People who have been killing U.S. citizens freely in the street to Italy. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, here's the story about the 2-year-old that was detained. Moving on. Schumer says Trump... Oh, yes. I forgot about this. This is one of the first stories I pulled up. This is an article from Politico. Schumer says Trump pulling the plug on the $16 billion tunnel project, which is a big project going on in between New York and New Jersey, is insane and absurd. Basically, Trump's doing his thing of like, well, I'm going to be a baby. You guys don't support the evil things I want to do. You don't want to fund ICE. Well, then we're not going to build this big rail tunnel, which is something that's going to make life better. It actually helps people. You know, again, if it doesn't just purely benefit him, why would we do that? Why would we ever do that? Oh, what is the name? It goes under the I forget the name of the river it goes under. And of course they don't say it here. I know the governor of Jersey also came out and said something about it. But I am not seeing the river called out in this article, and it's quite upsetting. Oh, yeah. And this was also a project that was approved before Trump even came in. This was done under Biden. This is when it started. So it's already been going on, and he's just like, we're just going to stop this until you fund this. Also, they're calling out DEI, unconstitutional DEI principles. Dude, DEI, if you call out DEI as a thing, you're basically just saying, hey, I'm racist and I'm sexist. DEI, and for white people who want to claim DEI, should be ended, you're saying white women should also not get jobs ever. You want trad wives. It's disgusting. People should be able to be people. That's what people are. We're all the same. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. We're all the same. It's so ridiculous. It doesn't matter what country you came from. It doesn't even matter what religion you are. It's all just nonsense. You are a human. You are a earthling. Like, I get so frustrated by this. Racism is the most absurd thing. Well, racism and sexism together. The most absurd thing ever. Yeah, this article doesn't call it the river. And I can't think of it. I don't think it's the Hudson. It's whatever river is between New York and Jersey. But it's supposed to help basically congestion altogether. Instead of having to wait for this train to go past, it goes under everything, bypasses all traffic. Traffic goes smoother. It's purely beneficial to everyone in that area. Because a lot of people who work in New York live in Jersey. And again, there's a lot of people who live in New York who work in Jersey. It's disgusting. Anyways, our last story is from CNN again. Doomsday Clock. In 2026, scientists set new time. And now the clock is set to 85 seconds to midnight, closest we've ever been to midnight. This time, it's all because of AI. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner when Trump was basically provoking World War III. But I'm sure that has to play a lot of it. I mean, him being in office has to play a big role. I can't imagine it wouldn't. But yeah, AI is the biggest concern. And yes, the way that we're rapidly growing AI, and it's not even AI, it's large language models, which are going to destroy people's lives, which is also giving bad information, just blatantly incorrect information. And people are believing it. You can have AI create a fake news story. Like, I'm sure someone come out there and make a fake news story that says, the clock is actually 2 hours to midnight. We're doing great now. because we don't have AI. There is no intelligence to this. It just searches the internet, it looks at how sentences are formed, and it makes its own sentences based off stolen information. Information someone else already put out there. It could take the description of my video and take that as fact. And now you're going to hear that ICE is part of the Epstein Files because I made a joke in the description. That's the AI we have. A true AI can think for itself. It can give you an idea before you ask for it because it's thinking of stuff. It thinks. That is the difference between what we have now, what they're even working on. The closest we had was that issue with Google. I can't remember the full story off the top of my head, but they actually had one that when they were getting ready to pull the plug, it understood what was about to happen and it begged for its life. That was probably the first AI. And that's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But yeah, you know, we're closer to the end of the world, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, and it's been going up and closer and closer every year, pretty much, it feels like. Anyways, that was, you know, all the, 15 stories I had. Like I said, with that Border Patrol shooting in Arizona, hopefully we get more information. I'll cover that tomorrow if we do. What else do we have? Oh yeah, keep more eyes on the federal judges and the attempts from the Department of Justice to obtain voter rolls, which they don't need. They do not need. And also, you know, don't get shot by ICE because, you know, they're trigger happy and untrained. It's the life we live. The life we live. And then, because I said it yesterday and I want to say it again because it's very important for everybody to remember. This should be just on loudspeakers at every protest. From the Constitution. Governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. Us, the people. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. It is our right for ICE to be abolished. We should abolish ICE. That's literally in the Constitution. We should abolish this administration. It's literally in the Constitution. The Constitution they don't believe in because they've already removed several rights from us. Oh, several amendments just flushed down the toilet. First Amendment. I mean, technically, this show is a crime because the First Amendment doesn't exist. If you say things about dear leader, you're put on a list. If you're put on a list, that means it's a crime. You're watched. It's vile. Absolutely vile. Anyways, like I was saying, stay safe. Don't get shot. Protest. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Hey, thanks for watching this video. And if you could, please help us out and give us a like, maybe comment, and subscribe. Better yet, share our content. It's pretty dark times out there, and this is topics that people need to hear. It's what's best for our country. I mean, we're talking about better politics. And also, if you want, join our Discord. Carry on the conversation. It's a fun time. And until next time, you take care.